Stefan's such an idiot. He would have made so much money off this shoe. A career trying to make the most money as possible. Now he is like probably made the most money out of skating.
Nike was seen as a poser attempting to jump into skating.
I mean, the name Janowski is bigger than the skater. The shoe blew up to one of the best-selling shoes of all time ever in skateboarding.
How a professional skateboarder, Stefan Janowski, became millionaire from a shoe. Stefan Janowski's story begins on July 18, 1979, when he was born in Vacaville, California. His skateboarding journey started in 1992, and from the moment he stepped on a skateboard, he was hooked. He skated every day, fully immersing himself in the art of skateboarding. As he got older, Janowski moved in with Brandon Biebel, who was a sponsored skateboarder at the time. While Janowski was just a skate rat then, he had bigger ambitions. He wanted to become a professional skateboarder, taking skateboarding more seriously. He put out his first video part in digital number 3 and continued to release more footage. This dedication eventually led to his first board sponsor, Expedition Skateboards, for whom he also filmed video parts. Janowski's love for street skateboarding was evident in his effortless style, and as his skills improved, other brands began to take notice. His first shoe sponsor was Xavier Footwear. But before diving further into Janowski's career, it's important to understand Xavier's role in skateboarding history. Xavier was essentially a sub-brand of Nike, created in 2001 after Nike's initial attempt to enter the skateboarding market in the 1990s failed. At the time, skateboarding had an anti-establishment, rebellious spirit, and Nike, being a massive corporate entity, struggled to gain acceptance. Their early skate shoes, such as the Nike Air Snack, Nike Shimp, and Nike Air Chode, were poorly received, even by their own skate team. Recognizing their failure, Nike launched Xavier Footwear as a way to enter the skate market under a less corporate-looking name. This time, they built a proper skate team, and Janowski was one of the riders.
If skaters don't want to wear Nikes, maybe they'd wear something from a smaller, less corporate brand. One that just so happened to be owned by Nike. Nike was seen as a poser attempting to jump into skating.
Janowski continued putting out video parts and later switched his board sponsor from Expedition to Habitat Skateboards, turning down Alien Workshop, one of the biggest brands at the time, just so he could skate with his friends and go on tours with them. This decision showed the kind of person he was, someone who prioritized passion over business.
It said it was like, I want to have you guys for dinner.
Yeah. The going on trips and going skating was actually, I paid more attention to that than video parts. Like, I was never a big, over-the-shoulder editing my part, or I'd film it and just go on with my day.
At this point, Janowski was in his prime, consistently releasing footage with his signature smooth, effortless style. He was even set to get his first pro model shoe with Xavier, but things took a turn. One by one, other skaters started quitting Xavier, and eventually, so did Janowski. Shortly after, Xavier shut down, marking another failed attempt for Nike.
Even on Xavier, I had a sample for a pro shoe, but everyone else quit before me. I'm like, what? Where is everyone? All of a sudden, I'm at Xavier and just like, hey.
Following Xavier's collapse, Janowski joined Etnies and was given another opportunity for a pro model shoe. However, he got cold feet and left before the shoe was released. That shoe, later named the Faction, became one of Etnies' best-selling skate shoes. Many thought Janowski had made a huge mistake, as pro skaters earn royalties from shoe sales, but he simply moved on.
Had a sample with Etnies, got cold feet.
He quit right before it came out, so they changed the name to The Faction, and I rode for Etnies shortly after he quit. I saw The Faction, I was like, holy shit, this shoe is amazing. And everybody at Soltech, they're like, yeah, Stefan's such an idiot. He would have made so much money off this shoe. It's selling like crazy. He blew it. He should have never left.
Meanwhile, Nike wasn't ready to give up. In 2002, they launched Nike SB, this time learning from their past mistakes. Instead of forcing their designs on skaters, they listened to what skaters actually wanted.
Throwing money at the problem, Bodecker did something simple. He listened. He talked to skaters, to shop owners, to the people who actually lived and breathed the culture.
They also reintroduced popular basketball shoes like the Air Jordan into the skate market, knowing that skaters loved skating in Jordans. This time, Nike SB successfully cracked the skateboarding market. On the other hand, Janowski had hesitated to stay with Etnies because many of his friends were skating for Nike. He wanted to be with them, go on trips, and skate together. Eventually, it made sense for him to join Nike SB, even though Nike initially told him that only Paul Rodriguez would receive a pro model shoe. Janowski Janowski didn't care. He just wanted to skate. A few years later, after proving his dedication, Nike SB approached him with an offer to create his own pro model shoe. However, Janowski had a clear vision for his shoe and wasn't willing to compromise. Nike was known for its cutting-edge technology and innovation, but Janowski didn't want any of that. He wanted a simple, minimalistic shoe with a flat toe and an extremely thin sole. In fact, he wanted it so thin that he could feel the board beneath his feet, even if it meant his feet would bleed. His focus was entirely on performance, not on aesthetics or protection. Nike SB designers repeatedly tried to change his mind, presenting him with various designs and new tech features. But Janowski remained stubborn.
I'm really good at being stubborn.
Good for him that he stuck to his guns.
Eventually, Nike gave in, believing that the shoe would not sell well. They went ahead with Janowski's design, but with little confidence in its success. To their surprise, the shoe became a massive hit. Slowly, more and more kids at skate parks started wearing them. Then, pro skaters began skating in them. The Janowski shoe transcended skateboarding culture itself. Non-skaters, sneaker enthusiasts, and everyday people began wearing it, making it one of the most legendary shoes in sneaker history, right up there with the Air Jordan and Chuck Taylor. The success of the Janowski shoe made Stefan Janowski a millionaire. Ironically, he was never trying to maximize his earnings in skateboarding. He just wanted to skate and do things his way. Yet, his dedication and authenticity led to one of the best-selling skate shoes ever, cementing his legacy in both skateboarding and sneaker culture.
The name Janowski is bigger than the skater. The shoe blew up to one of the best-selling shoes of all time ever in skateboarding. We're over here at Stefan's house, just floating in the pool, and we're gonna learn more. Stefan Janowski episode. I hope you enjoy it.